Okay, sorry guys. I was just doing one thing. I'm gonna turn off this camera, and just to let you know, if we see on the screen, meaning we are looking at you there because we are going to see there where you're watching while you're talking, not on this screen. This is just for you so that you guys get a feeling that okay, you're talking to us. But then I'm gonna see you, Laura gonna see here on the screen, and then on the live. Okay, and okay, 59, and we also have one person joined us on live. We are live on YouTube. If you want to also join from there, feel free. Ask your family, friends. We are on live, so they want to join in, they can. And I'll turn on this camera for now. Okay, so this is the dot time, and we are live on YouTube. All everybody can see here. We have a setup. We have learners. We have instead of Marketa, we have today Laura. She is our senior marketing manager, and she has a lot to add for this topic. And not to forget, here we have learners. And before mentioning them, I just wanted to tell you one quote, and I was actually researching for this topic, and then I found on Google says that 90% of people have shyness on camera, and they have fear of public speaking. 90% in the world. So definitely our learners for today are coming in that 10% because they do not have any fear of public speaking. As you can see, they are already here, and then they have turned on their camera, meaning they do not have any shyness for the camera as well. So now I am introducing Shaurya Sharma. Shaurya Sharma is from GL Bajaj Institute of Management. He has joined us from Greater Noida, and here we have Aniket Mehta. Aniket Mehta is again from GL Bajaj of Management. And Aniket, where are you joining us from? Are you from Greater Noida as well?
No, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm from Delhi.
Okay, so one is from Noida and other guys from Delhi, and we are sitting in London. You please tell us where are you joining us from? And yes, so we have learners, we have Laura. Laura, do you want to add anything for today's topic or for today's live stream?
I think it's a really interesting statistic that you found. 90% is quite a lot. So I think a lot of our audience is really going to benefit from our learners' experience and insight.
Of course, and actually, this is also came from our personal learning. We deal with learners on day-to-day basis. We see how this college student, they are in their studies, and then when they come up on the call, and they sometimes say, "Oh, I do not want to turn on our camera," or maybe they feel like, "Okay, I do not want to speak, but then I'll chat, or I'll put something in the chat, or say, oh yes, no, thank you, sorry." So only those words, and that is the reason we thought that okay, this topic could be very important for our learners community. And yes, that is the reason we are here live. And now I'm not going to take much of the time, but then before that, Laura, do we have anybody saying something on
Not
chat?
Not yet.
Not
We're
yet.
still getting slowly started.
Okay, but then we are joined by 5 people.
Yep,
so
going up slowly. We're going to get more people as it goes on, I'm sure.
So all to those 5 or 6 people, thank you so much for joining us today. And as I've already mentioned, I'll start by speaking. I'll start by giving a sort of base to this topic. So you both are here today on the topic of fear of public speaking and overcoming the shyness of camera. You already guys are here. You must have done something that is the reason you guys are here. So what is that thing? How did you prepare yourself to be on this learners panel today? Or like what thing you were doing so that you're all ready to be on the camera? So Shaurya, do you want to say or tell what is your take on this?
For me, for a start, I don't know where to begin with it because I never had any camera shyness. Because I never thought that I was in front of camera or I felt any shy. For me, just like it's just a camera, I'm just saying hi, wave, and go. For me, it's just like a normal thing. So I just had this good positive view for camera. Hey, I'm in camera. I'm good. That things work for me.
Okay, wonderful. Aniket, what is your take on that? How did you prepare yourself so that you are here sitting with us on your camera, talking to us? So, like, how did you prepare?
Ma'am, basically, I participated in numerous business idea competition, and I've also participated in business idea competition as well, and I've also participated in public speaking competition. And basically, I've tried myself to improving myself, and my teachers always help me out by speaking all those things where I am lacking and where are the disappointment thing I'm doing in today's scenario. Basically, you need to take help out of your teachers. Then only you can improve yourself, and you can also make 2 minutes video, and daily you can watch it.
Okay.
These things can improve your public.
I think that's a good point, is that like this, like many things, you have to practice. It's not an overnight thing. You have to make sure you have a little bit every day of trying to do this.
Yeah, consistency, and that is the reason, as these people have said, Shaurya, he never had any sort of shyness towards camera, whereas Aniket is like always ready. He has done a lot of sessions on business and entrepreneurship, and that is the reason they are coming in that 10% and not in that 90%. Who all are there? We have Sneha there. Sneha is saying hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Sneha, for joining us, and we have already started with the topic. As you could see, we have our beautiful and smart learners here, Aniket and Shaurya. Now I'm going to go on the specific question that I have in my mind. The question is, okay, at like today, at this point in time, you guys are already set. You have turned on your camera. You're free to speak. Like you're all ready. But then there was a point in your life you must have felt that no, I'm not ready, or maybe like you were camera shy, or you had some sort of problems with the fear of public speaking. So how did you like was that the case with you guys? First of all, yes or no? If yes, then how did you overcome it? uh, Sorry, yeah, please go on.
Uh, for that camera shyness, I had never any kind of okay, I'm shy. But for the public speaking part, yes, I did encounter something like that in third grade when a teacher just called me up and just told me to speak some few verses from the book, and I just spoke and I started on my way because I got afraid of the crowd. Then when I went my home, I just asked few things from my mother. She told me that it's just a simple thing. You just read it just like that the person is front of you. Just don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Or you can just practice in front of mirror, or just practice in front of me and in front of my father, everybody. So that's how things work for me. I did it by time, and now I'm in front of you guys.
Thank you so much, Shaurya. Aniket, how about you? Like, have you ever felt like, okay, you're scared of camera, or maybe you cannot speak confidently? If yes, then how did you overcome it?
Ma'am, basically, I want to share my journey. I'm that particular person, not even speak even a single word. But thanks to GL Bajaj and college, they literally help me out while speaking. They help me out while speaking. You can do all these things, and you can take participate in business idea competition. Then only I have gained not with this help with my teachers.
Okay, so definitely your college has done a great job working on you guys, and that is the reason. Like everybody, it's just not you two. We had more learners in our previous sessions. They were from your college, and they were like all excellent on spot, ready on the camera. So yes, your college has done a great job on you guys. Now I'm coming on the next question, which is yes, Shaurya, you already mentioned that. How did you overcome it? Meaning you started speaking, looking at yourself on the camera. But then, is there any specific thing apart from that? Because that is like a very common tip that anybody can provide. That okay, look at yourself, see in the camera, and then talk, and then you will just overcome. But then, is there any other specific tip that you want to give to our learners who are live today?
Yes, ma'am. most important and that everybody is not able to look is that one's determination and concentration. Uh, if you're determined in your own way that you have to do this, I can do this. So there's nothing or anyone can stop you from achieving your task. So I had that mindset and kept that mindset. Yes, if I want to speak in front of everybody, I can do it and I will do it. So it took some time to gain me that kind of that kind of feeling, that kind of courage, but I achieved it. It always comes with time.
Okay, so you say focus and determination is something that we should be consistent with, and then we can achieve anything we want. All right, let's hear from Aniket. Aniket, what is your take on that? We have a lot of learners live on the other side, and if okay, we on the internet we get a lot of tips, but is there any specific practical tip, like that's your personal tip that you want to give to all the learners that you try when you want to go on the stage or turn on your camera?
Ma'am, first of all, when you are speaking in the front of a crowd, you don't need to take on the crowd. You need to just speak whatever you think you can speak. And for improving the public speaking skills, you need to do the practice. Practice makes a man perfect, and you can make videos with the help of your friend as well. Then only you can improve your public speaking skills. According to me, this is the thing that I have done. And you can also take help from your mentor as well. They can also guide you where you are lacking and where you can improve your public speaking skills.
Yes, a very well mentioned point about mentor. A lot of time you need somebody who can just push you up or maybe guide you that, okay, you should be doing this and that. And I'm going to come on that question. But before that, I'll go to Laura. And Laura, please tell us, um, have you ever felt fear of public speaking and for turning on the camera? Yes and no? Fine. And if yes, then how did you do that? Because now you're very confident. You do everything in the
Confident
office.
enough. I mean, I'm just about managing it here. I think everyone does feel that sometimes. I think what helped with me is not comparing how good I was with someone else. Like, Gunjan, you're doing great. You're amazing. I'm never going to be as good at public speaking as Gunjan, and that's okay. I'm good enough. I'm managing. I'm on a camera. I'm saying hi to people, and I've got something out of it. And it'd be really interesting to hear if anybody else has any tips they want to put in the chat as well, because we can all benefit from each other here.
Yes, and on that point, I'm gonna go on the people who have joined us there. Sneha, do you want to write? What is your take on that? Have you ever felt like camera shy or fear of public speaking? And if yes, then how do you overcome it? So please write that in the chat. And other learners, I know there are other learners as well. So what is your take on that? What do you do to come over it? And by then, yeah.
And Gunjan, sorry, how did you get so good at it?
Okay, for me, two things. First, I come from a background, like I have a family background, they are like all political, and from my childhood they have given me this practice that, okay, I mean, naturally we used to go on the stage because my family used to go, and then we used to go as a child. And then if somebody like our family, like my mommy and my dad, they used to tell me that, okay, if you're going on the stage, be like this, just keep yourself poised. Or maybe if somebody asking you something, only says yes, thank you at that point in time. And that's how I started learning. And then when I like came in the college, I got a lot of opportunities where I could speak, per se freshers party to start with and other stuff. And then that's how I just developed myself. And after that, I also started working as a public speaker myself. And yeah, and that's a journey altogether. And then I started, okay, how do I do talk to corporate people, or maybe how do I talk to political people? So there is a way, and then I just learned by doing it. So practice, as what our learners said. Now going to them again, they mentioned that mentorship is really important for anything. It's just not for this topic, but for any topic. So Shaurya, do you have any particular mentor? Could be your family member, your friend, or your teacher. Yes. So who are they? Do you want to give a little shout out to them?
For me, the my mentor which I followed, that would be my mother. Because for me, my mother taught me how to be open in front of everything, and she's the one. She's the who taught me how to overcome my fear of public speaking by giving me very valid tips, and that those tips work pretty well for me. So I also try to tell those tips to my friends, and I can see that they are improving much better.
Wonderful. So for Shaurya, clearly mentor is Mama. Shaurya's Mama. Let's hear from Aniket. Aniket, who's your mentor? I know you have said a lot of times that your teachers, your college teachers, have contributed a lot. But apart from teachers, or maybe like any particular teacher that you want to shout out about or give them like a little hoot.
Yeah, ma'am. I want to tell basically, ma'am. I want my particular mentor is my sister also and my mother. Basically, they both help me out. My sister's having very good communication skills. She helped me out while helping out while speaking. You can improve yourself in particular domain. And my mentor is my sister.
Okay, so clearly they both have their mentors in their family. Who are your mentors? People who have joined us there on the live. Your family members, your friends, your teachers, could be anybody. Please shout out to them. And now
You
going
know what I
on.
like? Sorry again, Jen, to interrupt. I did love that Shura mentioned that he now mentors other people. His mother mentored him, and now he passes on that
Yeah,
information.
legacy.
Yeah, that's amazing. So proud that you managed to do that. It's not easy.
Shaurya, you're getting a compliment. You want to add something to it?
Yes, sorry, I was.
No problem. So it was a compliment to you from Laura that you're doing a great job. Your mom has given you this sort of confidence in all the learnings, and now you're giving that learnings to your friends and other people you're meeting. And that's what Laura said, and she said like in very good words, not like in my Indian language. So, do you have anything to add on that?
No, I don't have anything to add on that. And thank you, Laura. For me, I just like to, when I see somebody's, just not able to make progress, it's just, and I've seen that I can help him progress in something. I just gladly come to him or come to her and just help him with few things that I've learned. And it helps, it keeps me motivating to help everybody at the time.
Okay, wonderful. And now, Laura, do you have anything to add before I go on the next question?
No, I think we're really making a lot of interesting points here.
And
I'm hoping the audience jump in at some point and ask some questions or give us some tips. Sneha will come back to us, I'm sure, in a bit. What's the next point we have?
before that, Sneha is saying, very excited for today's session. Thank you so much, Sneha. And then she said, audio is perfect today. So thank you so much, Sneha. We actually did a lot of prep. We internally checked it, and that is the reason we are coming so perfect today. Now I'm turning towards the learners. And learners, I have a question for you. From your college itself, or maybe like say other learners within the community, we have seen some examples, and they are actually struggling with this sort of problem, saying they cannot publicly speak, or maybe they do not turn on their camera while they come on in the meeting, and you guys are of their age. Do you have any tips to give them so that they next time when they come on the like on in the meeting, they at least turn on their camera, or at least they speak something hi hello? So anything that you want to say, because you come from that age, you can understand that feeling. So what do you want to add in there?
For my colleagues who are not, just you have that courage to open the camera and speak in front of us, but just you don't know how to do it. Just find that spark, and find that will, or you can just practice with your friends. They will let you know where you're lagging off, and you can work upon it. So due to few things and due to these things, you can make things better and overcome your camera shyness and your public speaking also.
Okay, so let's see if next time we have this call with Prerna College people, and if they are turning on their camera or something speaking, let's just hear from Aniket. Aniket, same question to you. any one tip that you want to give to your age people, because sometimes they just come, they just simply do not talk, they do not turn on the camera, and you can understand their feeling because you come from the similar age. So any practical tip that you want to give to them?
Well, they need to talk in the front of a mirror, and they can also make the video, and they can cope up with their mistakes and learn with the things, and they can show their video to their mentor also. They can also guide them what are the things they are doing wrong. It's just my point, man.
Thank you,
I
thank you,
usually do this.
Aniket. Okay, Laura, what is your add to it? Like, because we have seen a lot of learners, they do not turn on their camera, even if we say please at least for 5 seconds, or at least say hi, hello, even when Sneha does this calls. So, do you have anything to say to them so that next time when they come on the meeting, at least they say, okay, I got something, and then I'm trying it.
I think it's one of the problems we have is people obviously have technical difficulties sometimes, and it's not always possible to have your camera on the whole time. And that's completely understandable. But it goes such a long way just to put your camera on at the beginning and the end. Just put it on, say hi, and if it's getting too much to do either personally or technically, turn it off and wait till the end and say goodbye on camera again. That's all. Everybody just wants to say hello and goodbye. The bits in the middle, if you can't manage it, that's okay. It will come with time.
Yeah, very true. And I actually wanted to add one more point from my personal experience. We think that in our head that we have to be perfect. If we want to speak to somebody, our language should be perfect. Or maybe if we want to turn on the camera per se, we need to look good. Or maybe like presentable enough so that we are managing to be on the camera. But then I would tell you, no, there is nothing perfect sort of thing. You just start speaking. It's okay if you do not have a proper language, at least start speaking. People will understand. If somebody has interest in you, they will understand your language. Even if you're not looking that presentable enough, it's okay. For the first time you might look horrible, but then with time you would, like, first time if you have done, you would say, okay, I have to do it next time, I have to be prepared for it, and then you will start preparing yourself. So at least you start, take first step, and then I think you would be fine. Is there any say from the audience that we have
Saying
Rahul.
hello to Rahul.
Yeah. Hi, Rahul. Thank you so much for joining us. Rahul is the best case for this topic because it's just been 15 days that, or maybe like 3 weeks, we started having AEB modules with them. And then first 2 weeks, he was not on the camera. He was not saying anything. Third week, he started his camera. He started speaking. Now he is one of the students. He just keep on like speaking. He just keep on interacting with everybody and keep his camera every time on. So Rahul is like a real inspiration. And yes, coming on to you guys again, have you ever seen somebody's growth? Like you have seen one of your friends per se saying that, okay, he's not at all comfortable speaking, he is not at all comfortable on camera, and then like in 2 weeks or 3 weeks of time, he is like altogether a different person. So have you ever found out that sort of case? Yes. What kind of change did you see in him?
I've seen, I think, in my, if he's in my college, and it's Vivek Varguna,
Okay.
because I know Vivek for a long time. He's a good speaker, but he had some sort of camera shyness. And when I used to video call him, something like that. So he used to just turn off his cameras at times and times. And now I know him, he's just attending live sessions all over. And he's pretty good. And he doesn't have that camera shyness. So I got to know that he was practicing over his camera shyness by talking to his friends on VC and by attending many seminars online also. So it was pretty good to hear. And he made very good progress, and that made me very happy.
Okay, so did you just say that Vivek was a person and then he just practiced, worked on himself, and now he's the new Vivek? Yeah, is that it? Okay? So
Yes.
let's hear from Aniket. Aniket, do you know anybody your family, your friends, your, I don't know, colleagues, whatever. But then he or she was not that good enough for the camera, and fear of public speaking, he had that, and now he or she is like totally a changed person. If yes, then what worked for him or her?
Ma'am, basically, I want to give example of my one friend. Name is Aman. He is from college only, but ma'am, he is not able to speak even a single word. But ma'am, he tried his level best. But nowadays, ma'am, he is improving day by day. 60 to 50% he is improving. He can speak in the front of a crowd. Basically, ma'am, giving the presentation and all to him to speak little bit on the topic. He makes PPT and then he speaks in the front of the crowd. And I hope he will improve his public speaking skills as well.
Okay, but then what is that one thing that changed him? Do you know that, like, maybe he was practicing on himself, he was doing some learnings, he was doing some sessions? Was there anything that you know?
Ma'am, in our college, PDP class is happening and personality development class, and our college also helping out what are the problem we are happening, and what are the problem we are facing. They usually help us out. Teacher are doing one-to-one mentoring session with us. What are the problem we are facing? They actually help us.
Okay, that's wonderful. Good to hear that PDP sessions are happening in your college, and that is one of the contribution that Aman is now that confident, and also per se Vivek from Jail Vijay again.
Mhm.
Laura, do you want to add anything here? Do you know any person that you have seen?
I mean, I'm just going to say Vivek again. I'm going to be 100% on this because he is now a globally known webinar speaker.
Yes.
Thanks to his talk was very good. He had a webinar with Amplife this week, and he was amazing. You would never think he had any camera shyness or problems with public speaking, because you can't see any of that with him now. It is amazing confidence, and it was very popular. Everybody really understood where he was coming from, which is a really good benefit of public speaking. It's important to get there, because then you can communicate to people much easier. You can get your ideas across. I also do want to say hi to Rahul again, because he's thanking us, but we're also going to ask you, Rahul, to put some of your tips and your ways of improving in the chat, please. Thank you.
Yes, Rahul, please do that, because the other learners will then know from you that what you did, so that you are that confident and now you started speaking in the meetings. And for now, I'll just do the summary. I mean, the wrap up part, what our learners said and what Laura said, what our people said, and what I have to add on. So, of course, Shaurya and Aniket started by saying practice, 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 work on yourself, determination, consistency in something that you're doing, so that you get that confident, and then you feel like, okay, if you have confidence, you feel like, showing yourself, talking to the people. If you know about that particular topic a lot, then you feel a sense of, okay, now I should be giving my point as well. So this is something. And apart from that, Aniket mentioned that you should record yourself speaking, and you should see yourself how you're talking, and that's how you can improve. So yes, that is one of the tips. Secondly, even you should take some pauses in between, so that somebody you're speaking to should absorb that information and react to it. So that's what people say, that let the silence do the work. So that is the bit. And then focus on the gaze on specific people. You must have seen that how when learners were speaking here, I and Laura were looking at them, so that they know that we are listening to them. And contrary, when we were speaking to them, they were looking at us. So that is like two-way communication should happen if you're speaking to somebody. And yes, most and the foremost thing, you shouldn't be memorize everything and you're mugging up, because it's not a script. I heard that in the morning from Sneha, you were saying something that the life is not script, and you shouldn't be just memorize everything, go with the flow. So this is something I'm gonna say to the speakers and everybody here, that you should be following that. And then in terms of if you're speaking, that came from both of the learners again, whatever you're saying, you should be creating a sort of story, structure it in a way that people feel uh, interested to be listening to you. and they should not feel bored. So that is one of the other tips that I want to give. And of course, try to talk to the stranger. That's what again Shaurya and Aniket said multiple times, that you should be start speaking to the strangers. That's what Laura also said, that okay, once you're comfortable with somebody, you just keep on speaking, but then to be in that comfort zone, you have to start speaking, and you should be doing that. And on that part, I think I have summarized it up. I'll go to the learners. Learners, do you want to add or give a closing statement, like one advice, one liner to close today's live stream? Sure, do you want to start?
You're a master of your own choices and you can overcome anything. So just do it.
Okay, so you can do it. You can do anything, and you should be doing it. Coming on Aniket. Aniket, any closing statement from your side?
Ma'am, from my side, ma'am, you need to work on your body language, and ma'am, your personality development area is quite important, and your vocabulary skills is quite important for improving all those things.
Okay, wonderful. Very practical tips. Thank you so much, Laura. I'm coming to you now. It is a round table sort of thing. So, any closing statement, any one-liner thing that you want to add?
I'm gonna go back to the thing we started with at the beginning, and that's just practice. You don't expect to be perfect at it on day one. That's okay.
Thank you so much. So yeah, practice again. Is there any? Oh, Vivek is there. Vivek is saying something. Laura, would you please?
What if we talk about is spontaneous? How do we get confident?
What?
With spontaneous speech, how do we get confident?
Okay, so I'll ask learners first. Learners, do you have any suggestion on that? Vivek has a question. Vivek is asking how to.
How do you get confidence with spontaneous speech, not
Yeah.
planned?
So if you want to spontaneously speak, how do you get that sort of confidence?
See, about speaking spontaneously, you have to you have to keep, it just goes on with the mind, if somebody's just told you, hi, your first one will be, hey, how are you? So it's all spontaneous. So for being spontaneous, you have to be in mind what you have to speak, and and you must be careful of your words at that moment, because many people tend to make mistakes during spontaneousness. So here you have to see what you're speaking, and what you're speaking, that thing should make sense.
Okay. Thank you, Shaurya. Aniket?
Now, first of all, you need to listen about the people what they are saying. Then only you can react about the statement, and you can also do certain kind of things. You can do certain kind of modules to improve your skills. Nowadays, certain kind of modules happening with the help of the YouTube and many more Udemy. Many more websites are there. You can improve. You can buy the course and you can improve your public speaking skills.
But Aniket, that is not a spontaneous thing, I would say. Spontaneous is something, okay, you're meeting somebody and then you just want to start speaking to them. Or maybe like somebody said on the last minute, come on the stage, give a speech. So I think that is not going to be helpful. Laura, do you have anything to add here? I have it, but then I'm
No, you start.
Okay, so to answer Vivek's question, first of all, go with the flow. Again, if somebody is asking you something or last minute stage invite and you have to go and speak to the people, I would say you most of the time you know your audience because you come from there and you know what they are thinking. Always go with the humor, always go with the trend thing that is happening. I'll give you an example. I started this call with the learners by asking, what are you doing with Navratris? And then Shauri said that he's doing this garba, he's wearing traditional dress. So just take a point which is actually going on around, start with that thing, and that is what we call breaking the glass ceiling. And that's how, ice breaking, sorry.
Similar.
Yeah. So ice breaking activity, we call it. Do that, and then you just go with the flow. After that, once you've broken that ice, once you communicated, once you start engaging with the people, then it's easy. Then you just say, because you already have everything in your mind. It's just you need a flow. So Laura, do you have anything to add?
Tying what you've said also to Vivek's next point on feeling comfortable talking with strangers, but less comfortable talking with your peers and your fellow learners. It's kind of a little bit the same because whenever you're thrown into a situation, if there are people you're not going to see again soon, it's very easy to go, oh, it's okay if I make a mistake here. Whereas if you're going to give a speech without any preparation or not really confident in yourself to maybe your family or your friends or your college friends, you are going to worry because you're going to see them every day. And I think to tackle both of these questions is the idea that, you know, you can prepare and you are going to have to come to terms with the fact that you will make mistakes. Some things will go wrong, and it's okay. That's whether it's spontaneous, whether it's very important people or just friends. Mistakes happen. The world will not fall apart.
Yeah, so that's a very practical tip. I hope, Vivek, you got your answers to both the questions. Are there any questions from the audience, or should we just wrap it up? Yes, no, please give us thumbs up. Give us that. Okay, if you don't like it, give us hate, but give some sort of emojis.
And if you do like it, there is a like button and there is a subscribe button.
Yes,
so go ahead
please
and
do
do that too.
Okay, so Rahul said, yes, totally go with the flow, but be mindful with what you speak, of course. That is a very true thing. Thank you so much, Rahul, to add on. Anybody has to say anything? Okay, I'll just maybe count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I think I'm not getting any messages. Now I will wrap it up quickly. I'll say thank you so much to Shaurya and Aniket. Thank you so much for giving us your precious time. I know there are a lot of things happening in India. You must be very busy. It's evening time. You have to go to play your garba as well, Shaurya. And same for you, Aniket. You want to maybe prepare some business script or something. So thank you so much for giving us your time. And Laura, thank you so much once again to be coming on the place of Marketa. But then your every advice was very valued and very practical on spot. So thank you so much for that. Everybody who have joined us, thank you very much for joining us today. Next week we are going to come again, same timing, 2 o'clock UK time, 6:30 India time, every Friday. Please subscribe to our channel so you know what is coming ahead. We also do a lot of social media promotion, so please see what is the topic for the next week. And for now, I am signing off and see you next week. Thank you so much. Bye bye.